After that, I have nothing to do other than fixing you the motor pump and making the water available to you constantly. Ferociousness is the motor pump. And the source is inexhaustible. Deal with your powerlessness ferociously. Declare your oneness ferociously. The moment you decide to declare your oneness ferociously, you manifest all the powers of Mahadeva, all the powers of Sadashiva. All the powers of Sadashiva. All your powerlessness, silly conversations, silly pleasures. That's the right word I'll use. Silly pleasures. Deal all your silly thought currents, silly pleasures with ferociousness. Deal all your silly thought currents and silly pleasures with ferociousness. I tell you, especially the Adinavasis and Sangha members who are getting trained directly through Jira, understand? This helps you in 10,000 ways. This Nava Avarana, Tantramsha means in Sanskrit software. 9-layer softwares with which I am training people to reflect their life. If you see, first of all, with all your integrity, record whatever you are doing and what is happening in the Jira. Within a week, you can see very clearly how shallow, silly your life is wasted and destroyed in unconsciousness. How stupid, how you are destroying your life. How your internal and external conversations are silly. Even if you think it is chilly, no, it is silly. If you document your whole day's thought current, how you spend time in tiredness, boredom, depression, inactive, and how much of time you spend active, intelligence, involved with the life, involving with the oneness, involving the power manifestation. If you see all that, then you will understand how unconscious your life is. It is like mirror, and how you can evolve you. How you can evolve you. Understand, thousands of times you would have failed. That does not mean you are a failure. If you don't start any new method, if you don't try any new method to be successful, then you are a failure. Your failures does not make you as a failure. Listen. Your failures does not make you as a failure. Your non-trying makes you as failure. Be integrated to this Navatantramsha and see how your life, thought current, everything is spent, wasted, destroyed. Your time is life. And how you can enter into ferociousness with oneness. Understand, if you just know how ignorant and unconscious you are, you will understand it is your powerlessness, your integrity to your powerlessness is the reason why you are not manifesting powers. Many people have already decided power manifestation is not for me. I will do the construction. I will do this work. I will do that work. No. I tell you, only with power manifestation, only by ferociously manifesting oneness, the purpose of your life will be fulfilled. Purpose of your existence will be fulfilled. Everything else is stupidity, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of life itself. Drop the silly conversations, silly pleasures, silly ways of pleasing yourself and pleasing others. No. Bring matured conversation within you and with others. Bring ferociousness to your oneness declaration. Oneness should be imagined, visualized, declared, ferociously digested in your space. Oneness should be imagined, visualized, declared, digested into your inner space ferociously. The way you declare oneness, even your atmosphere, the air which comes out of your body and mixes, that area is called your atmosphere, Vatavarana. Even your Vatavarana should know, yes, he means it. Kannagi declaring her chastity, even the Vatavarana was shivering, shaking. King dropped dead. Understand? King dropped dead. The ferociousness of oneness in me was more powerful than my bone marrow and bones. That is why even the fracture of the bones did not move me away from ferociousness and my ferocious oneness. Still we have video. I just got up and said, I think there is a fracture. Shall we give a medical attention to it? Multiple compound fracture. I am telling, I think there is a fracture. Shall we give a medical attention to it? As usual, how I leave the campus, when I go to somewhere, some program, I'll first go to temple, then go to Kalabhairava. I followed the same procedure. We have a video. I went to temple and took darshan and went to Kalabhairava, went to Ganesh, Subramanya, and then said, come on, let's go to hospital. Give the medical attention. Your ferocious declaration of oneness should be more powerful than your bone and bone marrows. The air which goes inside you and comes out should give witness to the air outside. Hey, this fellow is in oneness. Don't play games with him. The breath which goes inside you and comes out should give witness statement to the air outside. Hey, he is in oneness. I went and checked every corner. Don't play games with him. The prana which goes inside and comes out should give a witness statement to your Vatavarana about the ferociousness with which you are in oneness. Nothing else. It's all simple, ferocious declaration of oneness. The ferociousness added to your oneness makes you manifest powers. That's it. In your oneness declaration. That's it. Infuse more and more ferociousness into your oneness declaration. Let the time open up. Let the time not have influence over your oneness declaration. Let the time not bore you, tire you, depress you from the declaration or the existence of oneness. Let your ferociousness be more powerful than the time. If you know your whole life you are going to be brahmachari, brahmacharya will never be any problem. You just know it's a trend, that's all. If you know your whole life you are going to be integrated, integrity will never be a problem. If you know your whole life you are going to attend the morning satsang, coming to morning satsang will never be a problem. If you know your whole life you are going to be doing morning yoga will never be a problem. Because you think you have an option, you can break it, you can, you don't, you may not, you jill not. That is where the whole problem starts. Then things stand as an imagination. You imagine going to morning yoga, building a heavy body, six-pack yogic body, and continue to remain with pot belly. Then all your ideas remain as imagination, visualization, or declaration never becomes your space, power manifestation. Bring ferociousness. Let your inner space know time will not be able to change your principles. Time will not be able to change your principles. I tell you, anybody who is not power manifesting, you are stuck in the hypocrisy. Your declarations are not true. They are only in the level of imagination and visualization, not even to the level of declaration. You have plan B in your hand ready-made. There is no ferociousness in your oneness declaration. Oneness is imagination for you, not lifestyle. If you declare your oneness as a lifestyle, power will manifest now, because you will break the layer of time. bring ferociousness in your declaration of oneness like Bhishma. Anybody brings ferociousness in the declaration of oneness is Seva Gana. Is Seva Gana. And I also strongly recommend and request you to become part of the Nithyananda Sangha, member of the Nithyananda Sangha. Last few days I am sitting in courtyard and trying to work out how I can use softwares and modern day gadgets to constantly raise you to the oneness and make you manifest powers. The Charya Pada for modern day is getting ready with Navatantramsha. Charya Pada means lifestyle component through lifestyle power manifestation. Mahadeva gives power manifestation through lifestyle. I am trying to bring that in a form of software, so understand, I am opening the doors of Kailasa. From wherever you are, you can remain as Kailasavasis. By connecting through this Adi Kailasa Tantramsha, I am evolving a new software called Adi Kailasa Tantramsha. Through connecting through this software, constantly you will be made to manifest the power of oneness. So from wherever you are, you can become part of the Adi Kailasa and start experiencing superconscious breakthrough and manifest powers. So today again, tonight I am continuing to sit in the courtyard to evolve the Adi Kailasa Tantramsha. Today with bonfire. Because now the energy of Amavasya started. We have, in next 2-3 days we have Amavasya. So during the few days of Amavasya and Purnima, if you sit with fire, that whole energy of the nature gets imbibed in your system. That's why the homas, yajnas, yahas during the Amavasya and Purnami. Anyhow, let the software be ready. It will reach you, help you, support you to manifest powers and experience Adi Kailasa. So with this, I sincerely request all of you to become part of the sign up to be a member of Nithyananda Sangha. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living, Shuddhadvaita Saivam, Maha Sadashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे.
Let's enter into the next sutra. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. This is again one of my favorite technique, because one of my predecessor, Ramana Maharshi, became enlightened through this technique. Let me describe Ramana Maharshi's experience in his own words. Then you can understand this technique. He says, around the age of 16, suddenly one day, very strong feeling or the fear of death started happening in him. A 16-year-old boy, fear of death means, first thing what we would have done, hey, call doctor, we would have shouted 911, this, that, everything. Of course, fortunately in India, no 911. And nothing can be called. And he was not even bothered or perturbed. He did not even bother about calling or telling the family or even the relatives who were there in the same house. He was in Madurai at that time. Just he stretched his body straight and decided to go through the experience. He just lie down like a dead body and started seeing what is going on inside. Understand? A very courageous decision. Very courageous decision. He says beautifully, I saw very clearly I was dying. Step by step, slowly the body died. Suddenly I remembered, yes, only body is dead. I am alive. I exist still. I am there. And he says in the experience he saw very clearly, as if his body being carried, burnt, reduced to ashes. Everything happened. In few seconds, everything happened. But suddenly he says, something opened, clicked. Yes, body is alone and travelled and came and settled in Arunachala. And never left the Arunachala after that. Maybe Ramana Maharshi should have practiced this technique for many janmas before that birth. Whatever he practiced, that experience only just automatically opened up. Opened up and pulled him inside and gave the truth. Let me repeat the sutra and we will try to understand. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. It's very, I can say practically all mystical tradition in the planet Earth use this technique, including Christianity and Sufism. Even in Christianity they use this technique. In many Catholic monasteries and nunneries they use this technique. I read the other day one of the esoteric Christian groups, spiritual groups, not the social group, but spiritual group, who are fully engaged in transforming them and enlightenment science. Spiritual group. They say that they are nuns. Every day they will lie down inside the coffin before sleeping for 2 hours. Of course, open coffin, not closed. They will lie down and meditate that they are dead. In Sufism, they dig a pit and lie down in that and meditate. Of course, in Vedanta, this is one of the, I can say that most used technique in Vedanta for enlightenment is this death meditation. Kathopanishad describes this technique wonderfully. Most used technique in Vedanta. Everybody before taking sannyas has to go through this technique. Has to go through this technique. And in Buddhism, anybody who is initiated into sannyas, first thing he has to do is he has to go and sit in the graveyard for 3 months and see continuously dead bodies being burnt and visualize that he is also being burnt. If you have that much courage, it's good. You can go and sit in graveyard and see the dead bodies being burnt every day. Of course, unfortunately here in this country you can't see. It's all electrical. In India you can see it's a open burning. Natural process. They will arrange the wood and put the body and burn. I have seen. I myself personally had this experience in Varanasi. Let me describe this sutra, then I will add my personal experience. Focus on fire rising through your form from the toes up until the body burns to ashes, but not you. Mahadeva says, visualize the fire rising out of your body, slowly, step by step, step by step. Let your form be burnt. He is saying beautifully, let your form be burnt. Let your body turn into ashes, but not you. Let me describe exactly what happened with me when I had experience with this technique. I always used to think I should have the experience of death or face death directly, face to face. But somehow that thought never became a priority. See, any thought has to become priority. Only then experience can happen. If it is just in corner of one mind like a 100 work, it should become priority in your laundry list. Not last. It should become priority. Usually in our laundry list, washing, cleaning and cleaning the house and paying the rent and phone bill. If time permits, enlightenment also. If time permits, meditation also. That's all. But here, that way things will not work. Only when it becomes top priority, when urge becomes urgent, things starts transforming in you. Otherwise it is okay, but nothing much can be done. One small story, one guy goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I tried to commit suicide by taking 1,000 aspirins." Doctor asks, "What happened?" He says, no, after 2 I felt better, I stopped. So, you may feel better after 2 aspirins, if it is in your laundry list. But, only if it is in top priority, experience can be achieved. So it was not in my top priority. Somehow it was getting postponed. When I went to Varanasi, Varanasi is the holy city for Hindus, largest floating populated city, floating population. 300,000 people per day enter and go out. Such huge floating population per day, average. That is the amazing thing. And per day, 300 people are burnt in one place. 300 dead bodies are burnt in one place. Manikarnika Ghat, they call it Manikarnika Ghat, where traditionally it is believed, if you leave the body or if somebody dies in that area, or if somebody's body is burnt in that area, they will be liberated. They will have direct enlightenment. Not only it is traditional belief, Ramakrishna confirms it from his own experience. He says that I saw very clearly Shiva, Mahadeva himself going near every pyre and taking that soul, unclutching it from the body mind and liberating. He says, I saw it with my own experience. So, you can't say it's a mythological belief. It's a solid experience. I had the fortune of going to the Ghat. Understand, traditionally, not only it is believed, it is true, for last 2000 years, the fire has never been put off. Whether it rains or shines, flood or whatever it is, they will not bring fire when they come to the Manikarnika Ghat with a dead body. From the fire will be taken and lit. It's a Akanda Smashana, means unbroken fire. Means day and night bodies will be getting supplied. I saw sometime they do bunker cart system, 2-3 bodies at a time. Because so much bodies are coming. I don't know from where people are dying so much. Because if you sit half an hour, something like a 200 bodies comes. And especially in the evenings. Because from around the place, whoever dies, they will start walking from their place carrying the body. Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, that is the mantra they will chant. And walk. By the time it becomes evening, they will reach the Manikarnika. Totally per day average 300 bodies are burnt. Only in the evening 200 bodies will be there. Because evening only they will all reach the Manikarnika. Whatever is said and done, I cannot describe the experience verbally. Only you have to see there to have that experience. To tell you honestly, the fear of death just disappeared. When you see so many bodies, arey, what is there? Like this only I am also going to go, okay. You feel there is so many people giving company. You don't feel lonely about death. You feel it's like one more trip. Arey, so many people are there. Chala, it's okay. And this is what is going to happen. See, if you see one body being burnt rarely once in a while, you will have that fear. There you will see. Unimaginable. And no ritual, nothing. They will bring the body, straight they will dip in the Ganga. 3 times, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, over. Means Rama's name is the ultimate truth. Rama's name is the only eternal truth. Rama's name is the only eternal truth. They will remember this 3 times, put the body into the water, just bring it out and keep. By the time the fire will be ready, the wood will be arranged, ready. Actually, they continuously keep on arranging. Even if bodies are not coming, they are keeping on continuously arranging. I asked them, why do you guys arrange continuously? You don't know, Swamiji, in half an hour, 200 will come. They have accounts as if they know for sure. And the bodies come and it's arranged. They give like a token based on the entry. The moment body enters, they will give the token. And another funny thing, no relatives stay there and do any ritual. The moment they do the Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, dip 3 times to the Ganga and throw the body there and go away, that's all. Because the people who are there, the maintaining, they will take care. And you don't know how long it will take the body which you brought, your friend or relative's body, to be put in the fire. It's in the queue system. Continuously it's going on. All I did, let me try to sit here and see what goes on. And I sat. Just in half an hour, 1 hour, the death is no more a strange incident which happens once in a while for some relative or friend. It became like okay, next, that's all. Next, that's all. All size, all gender, all age, all kinds, all color, all community, all religion also. Anyhow, these guys are, slowly I started thinking, after all, this body is also going to become like this. Yes, over. When you remember that death is going to happen to you, the respect which you carry for your ego will come down. Because whatever you think should not leave you is ego. When you know for sure everything is going to leave you, then the respect for ego, just experience now itself and live into me and said, oh God, yes, same weight is going to burn. Into me and said, oh God, yes, same weight is going to burn. And same thing is going to happen to this body also. Let it happen. That click opened up a deep fear of death. And that fear, when it spread all over the body, when I faced it consciously, I could see very clearly that fear spreading all over the body. When the fear met my awareness, hit my awareness, that became death experience. Understand? Whenever your fear is suppressed, it stays inside you as a suppressed fear. Whenever it comes out and you are not consciously facing it, it becomes a fear stroke and shakes your whole nervous system and breaks it down. If it is faced consciously, it becomes death experience. The fear, death fear, if you just escape, run away, when that fear happens, it becomes death. When you face it consciously, it becomes death experience. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression. Death fear plus unconscious is nervous breakdown. Death fear plus conscious is death experience. Understand? I have given a clear explanation, clear equation. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression, perversion. Death fear plus unconscious means you don't suppress, but neither you face. You just get shaken, frightened. Fear stroke, nervous breakdown. Death fear, conscious awareness is death experience. I was able to see very clearly the fear which rose when I faced it consciously with awareness became death experience. Means I saw clearly the body is dead. It's not moving. 2.5 days, no food, no water, no thought, no question, no doubt, body was there. Only after the experience I realized 2.5 days passed. It was there. I could see with closed eyes, the body is dead and there is no movement. Suddenly, after 2.5 days, the click happened. God, body is dead, but I exist still. I am there. That clarity, that click, when it clicked, it became such an intense ecstasy. The fear of death left once for all. And it has become such a deep ecstasy, such a joy, such bliss. And slowly opened the eyes. I was able to attitude. I saw Vishwanatha was alive. Understand? Because I was alive. And it's just to touch this stone, people are coming from all the way. Are you? I can say